Thank you so much, Mr. Trump, for joining us. You're coming to Michigan on Wednesday. Of course, President Biden was here last month. It seems you both believe our area is pretty important in this election. Why do you feel that way?
Well, it is very important. It's Michigan. It's a great place. I have many friends there, and I also have a lot of auto workers that I'm taking care of because the government that we have, Joe Biden, crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in history, has destroyed the auto business. Within 3 years, you're not going to have an auto business. You won't even have a union because the jobs are all moving to Mexico. China's building massive auto plants in Mexico, and Biden's done nothing about it because he gets paid off by China. How can he do anything? He's like a Manchurian candidate. And also building them in China and other countries. So you're not going to have an auto industry at all. You have the head of the United Auto Workers, who's a fool. He's agreed to this EV mandate, which means all cars have to be built in China because we don't have the material for them, and they're very expensive. I mean, they're going to cost too much, but they're going to all be built in China. They don't go far. People aren't wanting them. It's a very sad situation that's happening in Michigan, and I stopped it. There was nobody going. They were not leaving Michigan. Now you have massive plants being built right now, as we speak, the biggest plants in the world being built in Mexico near our border, and they think they're going to make cars and they're going to sell them into the United States. They'll have a tariff so large that it won't work if I'm president.
I'm sure there's some things I like to counter on, but I think the auto industry doesn't think it's in that bad a situation. But you talked about Joe Biden and the economy as far as it's terrible. But let's face it, we're at pretty low unemployment level. Stock market's pretty high, 401ks higher. Something that you talked about when you were president. Inflation seems to be the big issue. What would you do about inflation?
Well, first of all, let me just tell you, the stock market's high. Many analysts have said that because they think I'm going to win. I'm leading in every poll. I'm leading big in Michigan, too, by the way. I think because of the autos. I think because of a lot of things, economic development and inflation. But if you take a look, a lot of people say that the stock market's artificially high because they think Trump is going to get elected. We're talking about 6 months from now. It's pretty short in terms of stock market time. But what you have to do is you have to get inflation down. We have the worst inflation we've had in 70 years. People can't buy groceries. They can't buy gasoline. You see gasoline's going way up again. I don't know if you've been watching. It's over $7 a gallon now.
Mr. Trump,
over $7.
This poll has you only up by 1 in Michigan. We're just seeing Emerson poll just came out 1. Can I ask you this? You're named as an indicted co-conspirator in the Michigan fake elector investigation. Do you have any comment on that?
I don't know anything about it. I've heard they're doing that. The Democrats do that all over the place. I haven't seen that, but I know you have a lot of good patriots involved, and all they want to do is have fair elections. The last election was not a fair election at all, and the Democrats go after Republicans. I'm not aware of it.
All right, Mr. Trump, I understand that's all the time we have. Thanks so much for your time. I do appreciate it.